If you are thinking of buying or selling a home in the Denver housing market, or just looking for more information on what the heck is going on in the local Denver housing market, congratulations, you found the right video, the right channel, and the right guy, because my name is Torrey Drake. I'm a local Denver realtor, and every single month I make a market update video that I like to call What the Heck is Going On in the Denver housing market, where my goal is simple. It is to simplify all the crazy things going on in the housing market and give you actionable, practical, simple advice on how to buy in this market or sell in this market. So let's go ahead and, oh, by the way, yeah, my videos have 3 sections. My housing market update videos have 3 sections. Number 1, the numbers. We're gonna talk about the numbers, talk about what's changed, and I'll simplify all that stuff. Then number 2, the part I've heard people like the most, is 3 things to know if you're a potential home buyer and 3 things to know if you're a potential home seller. Once again, if you like the video, hit like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's rock and roll and get to the numbers. Okay, real quick, we're gonna jump into the numbers, and I promise we're gonna keep this more high level, keep it really, really simple. And then if you want to know more and deep dive into it, I love nerding out over numbers. I still want to make this video 30 minutes long, so you can always hit me up if you have questions or want more information. This gives us a really good snapshot of where the Denver housing market is at today. Now, active listings at month's end. How many homes do we have for sale? Around 4,800. That is about 24% less than in November. Super normal here in Denver for as we approach December and January for less homeowners to put their home on the market, because a lot of homeowners want to enjoy the holidays. So there's less homes to choose from if you're a buyer, but there's less competition if you're a seller. Now, if you're buying a home, or actually buying or selling, closed homes, we closed about 12% less homes. To the same way there's less sellers entering the market due to holidays, there's also less buyers in the market due to holidays, but also the buyers that are shopping right now are generally more motivated. So it's not that it's a bad time to sell your home during the holidays. It's just a very different and unique market, as anyone who's really shopping in that time is pretty motivated at that point. They either really want to sell and they really want to buy. So it's just interesting. It's not better or worse. It's just quite a bit of a different market. Then the average close price went down just under 3%. In Denver, I have the stats right here in front of me. We saw a 44% increase in home prices from January of 2020 through May 2022. So home prices went up 44% in basically 16 months. But they've only gone down about 4 to 5%, 4 to 5, not 45. So are home prices coming down? Yes, but are they going to stay much, much higher than they were even just a year ago? No one knows for sure, but yes, come on. 44% increase, that's a lot. Days in MLS, 43. It's taking right now about 43 days for a property to sell. So if you're a buyer and you see a home that's been on the market 20 or 30 days, that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with it. Homes are selling in 3 to 4 days of 6, 7, 8 months ago, but right now they're taking longer to sell. So if you're a buyer and you see a home on the market 30, 40 days, that's pretty normal right now. And if you're a seller, you don't need to drop your price because you haven't sold in 20, 30 days, because it's taking about 43 days to sell. That being said, I do have a 3-step backup plan for if a property has not sold by the amount of time it has. If you want to know more about that, hit me up. Happy to talk about that. So this gives us a snapshot of where the market is at, and it's doing what Denver normally does seasonally. It slows down during the holidays, just like everything else in the world for the most part. In Denver, we typically see a really busy spring season. That's where we see the bulk of the appreciation is really February through August or late July. So we're expecting a big wave of buyers to come back into the market around this time. That's what we've seen seasonally for basically over just about 10 or 11 years now. So if you're a home seller, a lot more buyers are about to enter the market, but also if you're a home seller, there's going to be a lot more homes hitting the market as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into 3 things to know for buyers and 3 things to know for sellers. 3 things to know for buyers. Number 1, just over 50% of homes are having to reduce their price to go under contract. So do not be afraid to ask for a price reduction, because about 50 to 54% of homes are reducing the price to go under contract. Thing to know number 2, even if you get a home under contract below asking price, like you asked for a lower price and you got it, do not be afraid to ask for help with inspection items or any costs that come up during the under contract process, because just about 30 to 40% of sellers are agreeing to help pay for closing, or help pay for closing costs, help buy down your interest rate, help with inspection items. So do not be afraid to ask for both of those things if it makes reasonable sense to do so. And number 3, I'm going to check right here. Oh yes, the market, as I mentioned earlier, we're predicting is going to pick back up. Nobody knows for sure, but if we look over the past 10 years, seasonally around February through late July is when we see a really steep ramp up of buyers hitting the market. Denver sees the bulk of its appreciation ramp up February through July and then start to tape off as we get closer to the holidays and then pick back up. So if you're entering the market, expect to see more multiple offer situations, homes selling a little bit quicker as we approach February through July. If you're a seller, same thing. Sellers, your turn. 3 things to know if you are thinking about selling your home January 2023 or somewhere around that time. Number 1, contingency offers are being accepted more and more and more. So if you have a home that you need to sell to purchase your next one, writing offers that are contingent on you successfully selling your home are being accepted much more often and frequently right now than they were several months ago. So don't be intimidated if you have to write contingent offers, because the odds of them being accepted right now are much, much higher than they have been in the past 2 years. Thing to know, number 2, I have the stat here in front of me, is that if you have to reduce, the homes that have to reduce their price to go under contract were on the market for an average of 105 days. Versus homes that priced their home correctly went under contract in about 43 to 56 days. So if you price your home too high, you're likely to be on the market around 105 days, which is not super fun. Nobody lists their home being like, man, I really hope I'm on the market 105 days. That's why pricing is so important. The longer you're on the market, the less likely you are to get a price you like. Once again, on average, there's no absolutes in real estate. Okay, and then third, last but not least, so the moral of the story there, price your home correctly, it'll save you a lot of time and stress. Number 3, be willing to work with buyers if they're making reasonable requests. Once again, it's not the same market we had several months ago. 6, 7, 8 months ago, we had about 800 homes on the market at the peak of the busyness. And in that same week, we had 30,000 showings. 800 homes versus 30,000 showings. Right now, as I said earlier, we're floating around 5,000 properties for sale and 6,000 to 7,000 to 8,000 showings per week. So quite the different market. So if a buyer is making reasonable requests, be willing to consider working with them on any inspection requests, price reductions, if they make sense and are reasonable and they work for you. I'm not just saying to fold and do whatever the buyers say. It's still a great seller's market right now. But if they're being reasonable, it's worth considering working with them. Because I know a lot of sellers right now are like, I want $30,000 over asking price, and don't you dare ask me for anything on inspection. I'm not, to each their own, but that might not be the successful attitude you need if you really do want to sell your home. All right, cool. As that is January 2023's What the Heck is Going On in the Denver Housing Market. That is a mouthful. Guys, if you found this video helpful and you have any questions on the real estate market, please feel free to reach out to me. I love hearing from you guys. I've already gotten to help quite a few of you guys I've met through YouTube already, which has been awesome. If you haven't, check me out on Instagram and TikTok. I post daily sass-filled content on there. I'm very sassy and spicy on social media. I like to have fun with it. Guys, thank you so much. Please consider liking and subscribing if you found this content helpful and would like to learn more about the Denver housing market so you can be first to know about what the heck is going on. I will see you on the next one. And if you follow me on social media, shoot me a DM. It'd be fun to hear from you guys. Okay, talk soon. Bye. Maybe talk soon. I don't know.